Hi, I'm Jacqueline Stewart. Thanks for joining me for Silent Sunday Nights on TCM. I'm here in the screening room at the Reva and David Logan Center for the Arts at the University of Chicago. Our film tonight comes from two of the most important women working in Hollywood in the early days of cinema, actress and producer Mary Pickford and writer Frances Marion. From 1918, produced by Pickford's own company, Pickford Film Corporation, it's Johanna Enlists. Based on a short story by Rupert Hughes, Pickford plays a woman whose dream of finding romance is brought closer when an entire regiment of World War I soldiers comes to stay on her family's farm. Frances Marion got her start as a writer for the San Francisco Chronicle. She came to Hollywood in 1912 and was soon under the tutelage of director Lois Weber. Marion dabbled in various aspects of filmmaking, but writing is where she excelled. Her specialty was finding the strengths of each particular star and tailoring her scripts to those strengths. She wrote the stories or screenplays for nearly 200 movies in her career, earned 2 Academy Awards, and worked with almost all of the major stars of her time: Greta Garbo, Wallace Beery, Marie Dressler, Marion Davies, and the star of our film, Mary Pickford. And if you look at the careers of those actors, most of the films for which they are best remembered were indeed written by Frances Marion. In Pickford's case, that includes Pollyanna, Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, A Little Princess, and The Poor Little Rich Girl. Pickford and Marion made around 20 films together. This film, Johanna Enlists, was directed by William Desmond Taylor, and this was one of 3 films he made with Mary Pickford. Taylor was a solid filmmaker with dozens of films to his credit, but his career was tragically cut short when he was murdered in 1922. I'll tell you more about that after the film. Here, from 1918, we bring you the TCM premiere of Johanna Enlists. The same year Johanna Enlists was released, 1918, the film's director, William Desmond Taylor, served in the British Army. Taylor returned to Hollywood the following year, making another film with Mary Pickford, Captain Kidd Jr. He went on to direct a dozen or so additional films, including 4 with actress Mary Miles Minter, who became emotionally attached to him. But Taylor was bisexual and had an ongoing relationship with a production designer named George James Hopkins. Allegedly, he was also romantically involved with actress Mabel Normand. Then, in February of 1922, William Desmond Taylor was murdered by gunfire at his home in Los Angeles. There were various theories as to who could have been involved and why, with numerous names mentioned. Some were famous, some were not. It was considered one of Hollywood's first real scandals, but the investigation wasn't properly run due to either incompetence or Hollywood's meddling to squash any bad publicity. Still, numerous careers were ruined in the process, and to this day, the case remains unsolved. Up next, Alicia Malone will bring you this week's installment of TCM Imports. I'll be back next week for another edition of Silent Sunday Nights. I'm Jacqueline Stewart. Thanks for watching.
Next on TCM, Deep Crimson, then Purple Noon, and later, Torchy Blaine in Panama. Fly south with TCM tonight.